Overdraws and blocks, this player talks about. So if we take here as target, we're going to go outside and give you some drills on start direction. Definitely looks like you want to start very much with the ball down the right, so you're going to have to draw that back from there. So we're going to play with ideas of where you start the ball, how to start the ball in different directions, where to aim your face, those kind of ideas. We also see on the backswing a little bit of a club face, which is fine to slightly aggressively turn down to the ground. Now I'm quite a big fan of these kind of movements. I tend to not really try to get into them too much, so if outside works for you, use that. Now if it doesn't, if you still find you're slightly overdrawing and you can't control shape, we might, well I'll give you an idea around this. Right hand grip looks a fraction strong, which could be in turn making it hard for you to control club face. But that's just an added bonus that you might not need to use, subject if outside turning ideas, start direction ideas, fix it for you. Because I quite like a club face which is strongly turned down to the ground a little bit. Let's get outside and start. Should we start with some start direction ideas? So let's do the first recreate for the player to get the ball starting so far to the right. So I've hit one there that's starting out to the right, trying to turn it back, but you can see it's kind of stayed out there a little bit. You can see my club path is 8 or so degrees from the inside and the face is pretty much squared up to that. So there's the block. Now if this player is to get the face close to that path, so if he's swinging, let's guess 8 from the inside, if he gets that face closing 7, 8, 9 degrees to that path, there's his overdraws as well. So they're quite aggressively big numbers at a guess. So what I'm going to do is put a ball in front of me here in a straight line. So it's about, what's that, half a meter in front of me in a straight line. I'm going to start with my face aiming left of this ball in front of me, and I'm going to try and move the ball back towards target. So I'm changing start direction. I'm changing start direction from where my face begins. I'm aiming a little bit further left, hips, shoulders, everything's going a little bit left. And then what I'm going to do is almost feel like I'm holding that face off. So this player plays off 6 or 8 handicap. I'm sure they can hit a fade when they need to move it around a tree. I'm going to use all those fade ideas that you're already using to try and move the ball back. So you can see that's starting considerably further left, and it's trying, get up, to move back a little bit. So I've now moved my path, say 5 left, face just slightly open to that. So there's my little butter fade shot. Other swing ideas I can use to make that shape work for me, so I can feel on the way through. So on my downswing and through swing, I'm going to feel that my my right arm really stays across my chest. So really starts connecting up to my chest as my chest rotates round to the left. Hip, shoulders rotating to the left. Get that right arm coming across my chest. So I'm more of a lower around myself finish to try and move that ball back. Again, you can see that one trying to move back to target. I'm 5 out to him, face now 3 open to path. You can do this on the course where I've got a ball down in front of me. There could be a divot in front of you. You can't place things in front of you on the course, so you can't put artificial things there. You can't move twigs or leaves or things, but there'll be discoloured grasses. There'll be stuff in front of you on your line to the target, and you want to start setting up everything a little bit left of that and start moving it back. Now the general pattern with this, for people who tend to start the ball, say, too far to the right, overdraw blocks, is that where I'm able to move it into a fade, you got to remember I'm starting from quite a zero line. So my path faces are generally quite zero. So when I feel like I'm going to try and move it left, it moves left because I'm starting from a 0 point. If this player's starting from, guessing, at 8 from the inside, which are going to be, if they're hitting overdraws and blocks, they're going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with path and faces out of sync. Them feeling like they're moving everything left might just zero them out. It might just make them hit straighter shots. So where that can be a win, because this player's complained it of overhooks and draws, or sorry, blocks and overhooks, getting them to hit less shape is a win. But there's a loss. The fact that they might not be able to move that path that far left is also an issue. So getting them to make this feeling and get them back to somewhere near 0 is stage 1. If you feel this is getting straighter shots, keep using those same swing thoughts. Right arm across chest is such a good one. Other quick drills you can do as well to encourage that. You could start feet 45 degrees open, similar turns on the way back. Overdo the opening up on the way through. You've given yourself all this space in this left side. Again, to try and feel that you're pulling that path, that club direction that it swings on. The path it swings on to the left of target. Once you get closer to zero, trying to find left is such a skill, because we know you can swing to the right, we know you can draw it, we know you got the blocks and the overdraws in there, they're there. If we can get it moving the other way, it's really, really strong. And then one last drill I'd like you to try, if that doesn't move it, one arm drill, so right hand, holding down the handle. Tricky to hit shots like this, but you can. Swinging in the garden, those kind of things is good this way. Really trying to drag that club through by opening your body up as much as you can on the way down. Don't get in the habit of just throwing the arm. You'll tend to hit the ground with one arm. See if I top or duff this. This isn't easy. Oh, not a bad strike. So that was all coming from me really trying to pull my body to the left, open up, get that one arm that was only on the club with the weight of that club to get it moving. I had to really overdo how much I was turning, really put a big body turn in, which will move your path. Right, the last thing, right hand hold. I strongly believe the tips outside will sort you out. If they don't, if you still struggle with a little bit of overshaping, a slight tweak in your right hand position, a fraction more on top of the club. So you'll be amazed at what going from say here to here could do. But the outside tips still apply, because if you change the grip and don't move the path, everything's a block, and even a block cut, which would be a worse shot. Best time to change a grip is when you're stuck indoors, picking the club up every day, fiddling around with it, doing a few swings, a few waggles with that right hand in that slightly different position. If this is the direction you want to go, will have huge impacts when you get back out on the course, because you could make this new grip the norm. You'll get used to it. Like in 3 days of picking a club up, you won't want to pick it up the other way, maybe a week. So it's a great way of changing a hold. Now remember, with golf swings like these, fading it or drawing it, there's no win. You need to have both weapons and then work out which one makes you more consistent with different clubs. You might find it doesn't blend through all golf clubs. My experience of teaching a slightly better player blocks and draws, they get to a certain level, they run out of armory, they run out of weapons and their golf levels, giving them the straighter shot, the ability to be able to fade it on key or kind of on call, just opens up a whole new door of opportunities for them. And when you've only got a few shots to play with, because you're a single figure golfer, these little weapons can make all the difference between you getting to category 1, so 4, 3, 4 handicap, rather than sticking and staying stagnant up at 8 or 6. Can't remember exactly where you were, but you were good. In the comments down below, let me know if this helps. Thanks all for watching. See you in the next video.